Who's the person that's #1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So, Leonardo DiCaprio's finally speaking out after some wild footage dropped, showing he might have been involved in Diddy's infamous freak-offs. And y'all know this is huge because Leo never talks about rumors. He's always been low-key about his private life. But now, it looks like he's feeling the heat, just like all the other celebs who were regulars at Diddy's parties. Word on the street is Leo might have been up to some shady stuff at those freak-offs, and some sources are even comparing this to the Usher situation, where Leo went from being a victim to possibly a perpetrator. For a minute now, there's been talk that Leo was a target for Hollywood predators when he was young, including that former Nickelodeon coach and convicted offender, Peck.
You see, we draw drawings of each other. Brian is the famous artist, and we always make fun of each other and portray each other in silly, satirical ways.
Leo's job on this set, for some reason, is to make fun of me all day long. Leo, as you know, is the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Yeah, muscles.
Look, speaking of hunky, huh?
There are some, let's say, concerning connections between Leo and Peck. The video you just saw resurfaced recently, and Leo was anywhere between 15 and 16 at the time, interacting with Peck on the set of the TV show Growing Pains back in 1991. In the clip, Peck was 31, and he made some unsettling comments about young Leo, calling him the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol, and drawing attention to his physique. Calling a male teen hot as a grown man is really weird. Like, immediately safe to say, the interaction in the video has been nothing short of creepy and uncomfortable by viewers who have seen it in light of Peck's later conviction. This is sad and disturbing, knowing what possibly happened behind the scenes. Peck worked as a dialogue and acting coach in Hollywood, often with child actors. He was later convicted in 2004 for lewd acts against a child and oral copulation of a person under 16. Drake Bell's father, in the documentary Quiet on Set, compared Peck's behavior with DiCaprio to the inappropriate actions he witnessed between Peck and his son Drake. Now here comes Diddy. Now, some folks are saying Diddy might have also had his sights on Leo at these parties, possibly spiking his drink and doing something non-consensual. Remember that inmate, Derek Cardello Smith? He won a $100 million judgment against Diddy, claiming Diddy drugged him and violated him at a party back in the 90s. According to Smith, after giving him the laced drink, Diddy told him he'd get what he wanted one way or another. And now there's growing buzz that something similar might have gone down with Leo when he was just breaking into the industry. People are even saying his thing for dating women under 25, and those rumors about his DL lifestyle might be tied to him being victimized when he was younger. It's starting to seem like a messed up pattern in Hollywood. Young stars get preyed on, then grow up and turn into their own predators. There's even chatter that Diddy himself was a victim of his mentor, Clive Davis, and some folks think Diddy might have been targeted way before he hit the music scene, like when he was an altar boy at his local Catholic church. Diddy supposedly was at Mount St. Academy during the same time Reverend Lynch was accused of some terrible crimes by one of the students. Now, what are the facts about Leonardo DiCaprio's connection to Diddy and those wild freak-off parties? What's in that leaked footage that's got Leo so stressed he had to finally say something? If you don't know, Diddy used to throw these legendary white parties at his East Hampton crib from 1998 to 2009, and every major celeb you can think of was there at some point. Now, some fresh photos from those parties have resurfaced, and all eyes are on Diddy's favorite guest, Leonardo DiCaprio. In a pic from 1998, you can see Diddy and Leo chilling on a bed, surrounded by champagne bottles. Leo's posted up between A Tribe Called Quest's Jerobi White and some other unknown guest, while Diddy's sitting in front. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just a one-time thing. Leo kept showing up to Diddy's parties and basically became a regular. The last time he was spotted turning up at one of Diddy's birthday bashes was back in 2019. This connection runs deep. When Diddy did that 73 questions segment with Vogue, he was asked about his favorite party guest. He didn't even blink. He said Leo was his #1. Leo's been at the top of Diddy's invite list for a while. What makes it even more interesting is that a lot of the celebs who used to party with Diddy at his Hamptons mansion are now regulars at Michael Rubin's white parties. Apparently, Ruben's taken over from Diddy when it comes to hosting those wild freak-offs for A-list celebs. In fact, Leo was spotted at Ruben's white party in the Hamptons in 2023, chatting with Kevin Hart and Usher, who's also rumored to have been involved in Diddy's freak-offs. And now people are saying Ruben didn't just take over as the main party host. He supposedly stepped into Diddy's alleged blackmail operation too. There's talk that Diddy had been running a blackmail ring for years, almost like a hip-hop version of Epstein. And now that Diddy's out of the picture, Ruben's supposedly taken charge. The big question is whether Leo was just another guest at Diddy's famous parties or if he stuck around for those infamous after parties, the freak-offs. Some rumors are swirling that Leo might have gotten caught up in some shady stuff at those parties. There's even speculation that Diddy targeted Leo because of the emotional trauma he allegedly went through when he was younger, having been a victim of Hollywood predators. People are saying that made him an easy target for Diddy's rumored blackmail operation. And with all the buzz about Leo's dating life, things get even weirder. He's about to turn 50, but he still won't date women over 25. Whenever he's photographed with his much younger girlfriends, he barely looks interested. It's led to all kinds of theories about why he behaves that way. Some think he's just another Hollywood figure who preys on younger women because they're easier to control. And with the fact that he met his ex, Camilla Morone, when she was 12 and started dating her when she turned 20 and he was 43, it's no surprise that people are raising eyebrows. There are also plenty of people convinced Leo's not even into women and that these relationships are all part of an image he's trying to maintain as an eternal bachelor. His dating pattern sparked some heated discussions. When he was younger, they were closer to 18 or 19, but for the past decade, 25 seems to be his cutoff. Once his girlfriends hit that age, he moves on to the next one. Some criticized Leo, saying he's old enough to be their father, and made comparisons to age gap relationships, which can stir up feelings of disgust, even though there's no actual family connection. Others called Leo immature, claiming he can't attract women his own age, labeling him as creepy. But this argument seemed like it was mostly coming from older women who felt some competition. One take that stood out was about how Leo's pattern isn't as bad as it seems. Someone argued that at least he cuts things off at 25, leaving the women time to move on and find someone else before they hit 30, which would be worse. It's a bit of a generous interpretation of Leo's behavior, but it did make some people think. There's also the idea that when a man is seen with younger, attractive women, it boosts his value in the eyes of others. It's similar to how being seen with a beautiful woman in public can make a guy seem more desirable. It's like, if a woman vetted him, he must be worth something. Just like Pete Davidson suddenly started dating all these gorgeous women in Hollywood, and it just kept snowballing. Some guys even notice they get more attention from women when they're in a relationship. It's like being with someone gives off the vibe that you're high value. But as for Leo and his reply to the Diddy connection, this is what we got for now. Usually, Leo's not one to speak on any rumors about his private life, but this time, he shut it down real quick. Once those old pics of him at Diddy's white party started popping up again, he finally broke his silence through a spokesperson. Leo's basically trying to separate himself from all the Diddy drama, especially after that pic of him at one of Diddy's parties started making rounds online. A source close to Leo wasted no time dropping a statement to a news outlet, saying Leo hasn't been part of Diddy's crew for years. Even though he was filmed vibing at Diddy's birthday bash in 2019, the source says they haven't spoken in a long time and that Leo never went to any freak-offs. They went on to say, Leonardo DiCaprio has nothing to do with this mess. Apparently, Leo hit up some of Diddy's parties way back in the early 2000s. But let's be real, everyone was doing that back then. Those weren't freak-offs. They were just big house parties. Leo was just starting his career, and he's long past those party days. The source also said that it's ridiculous for anyone to think he's gonna get dragged into this over some grainy pics from 20 years ago. Now, Leo's all about his career and relationship, and isn't even thinking about Diddy's legal troubles. But you already know the internet isn't buying it. People are saying it's a little too convenient how all these celebs who used to be tight with Diddy are now pretending like they never saw or heard anything shady. So what do you think? Did Leo really not know about those freak-offs? Or is there more to the story? And what about those rumors that Leo went from being a victim to something else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't go anywhere because the next video's about to drop.